Yo, good morning, everybody. This is Chris here in Hawaii. Thanks for joining me. We are at the London close time frame. Happy you came on. Let's get started here. So we'll kind of cover what's going on currently. We'll cover the sentiment, and then there are a couple trades that I'm looking for today. I'll also kind of cover what happened yesterday with the two trades that we had, which was pound yen and euro CAD. Today it was another sell-off of the yen, but not as pronounced. The Kiwi was kind of the big winner today, as you can see. Aussie was the leader, with the exception of the Kiwi, which it was down slightly, but you can see not quite as strong as it has been in the last few days. So I would anticipate a little bit of a reversal here as the Kiwi yen comes up to a big figure. And we could see some sell-off here, some profit taking, which bodes well for us either way. So overnight and for the session right now, the big thing, Bank of Canada kept rates at a quarter point as expected. But one thing they did say was they were going to start tapering down buying. So that's going to bode well for the Canadian dollar, some strength. The pound continues to be strong in contrast with the no trade deal looming for Brexit. US dollars mixed. Commodities are starting to lag, like I said. 70 cents is kind of the level I think the Australian dollar is expected to move. We've got retail sales and April trade, which is not going to be good for April. So expect to see a little bit of a dip here. I would anticipate to see the commodities kind of fall back into line here. They've been going to the moon right now. And you can start to see some signs of faltering, some lower lows as opposed to just constant higher highs. So that's kind of what we're going to be looking for today in terms of trading. So nothing else going on. Oh, one other big piece of news, and this is why I'm really against the Aussie today. I know I'm a glutton for punishment, but the U.S. has banned Chinese airlines from bringing passengers to the United States. So that's in response to China not giving the okay to U.S. airlines to fly into China. So this is going to be something that's going to drag on as long as we have our current POTUS in office. I don't see an end to this. So, so that's what we have going on right now. Let's take a look at some charts. So I want to show you the trades we had yesterday first off. So we had pound yen on a Wanda, and it was a 30-minute. So we got in right here, dropped, and then it spiked up. Closed out about here. I let it sit for a few minutes and it kept going up. So as you can see, it's been here, adhering to the higher range. So we got out of this probably about here. So there was a little bit of a loss there, but the other side of it is we did have a little profit on the euro CAD. So euro CAD we got in here. It kind of consolidated, then started going up. So we got out at about, I want to say right here at 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock our time. So, it was probably a 2-to-1 gainer, a little over 2-to-1. So we were about break even yesterday, because we took a little bit more of a loss on the pound yen than we wanted to. But euro CAD didn't quite hit the target we were looking for, but it reacted the way we thought it was going to react. So that's what we have going on from yesterday. So for today, like I said, I'm looking at Aussie yen again, and it's at 58, which is, I believe, the exact level that I'm looking at. No, 54 was the level I was looking at. So 54 was where I was at here. Let me zoom in a bit. So let's mark this level down here. And what I want to see is I want to see a wick. I want to see it drop below this. So if it does that, we will consider this. If not, that means there's another leg up, and that's not going to bode well for us. So we will see, but you can see the volume right here on the way down, and right here's the volume. So you can see there was a little bit of a reaction to it too, and then it blasted past it, and there's starting to become some volume right here at the top, or a little bit of volume right here. So 69, if it passes the 69 level, we know there's more to go, but you can already see it's having a hard time passing this level here at 56. And I want to see the Kiwi yen for confirmation of this, because this is at a big level. You can see it's 70.01. So the question is, will this thing continue to rocket past the 70 mark? And I don't know. So we'll go back to these in a second. I did take a trade early on here today. I've already moved the stop to break even. So this was at 72 on the pound, or the pound yen. And we were targeting the tops here. And like I said, it's a free trade for us. So because we moved the stop to the entry already, because it shot up 30 pips, like right off the bat. Oops. So we'll keep an eye on this one here. But like I said, this one is a pretty good trade. We got down here on the lower end of the wick. And if it comes down into this level, that means it's got a leg further, because this wick is a strong sign of resistance. So I want to see what happens here. But like I said, it's a free trade for us here. It's at 90. We'll see if it goes down further. If it does, that means there's more to go. But if it doesn't, then hey, it could be a nice profitable move for us. So anyway, back to the yen, Aussie yen. And you can see there's no sign of the slowdown yet. And that has me concerned, because it's at 58. So one thing it could do is it could spike above here and take out the stops, so take out some liquidity to make a move down. Because, when I'm looking at it, okay, so it spiked down here. And then this is what the retail trader would look at. So you see the spike down. I mean, it's probably what I would look at. Comes back up. This looks like a really good level. You can see for another leg down. So what it does is it takes it up. And if I was getting in here, my stop would be right here. So that's where I would aim for some liquidity if I was going to take this thing down. If I'm a large bank, you can see all the orders here. So you might see a quick spike and then a drop, and that's perfect for us. If we see that, we know that the large players have a intention of taking it down for a leg and getting out of some trades, getting out of their levels. So we will see. Let's see what we're going to do is let's go to these three windows here. See what's going on with this trade. That's at 81. Looks like it's going to follow down. And look at Kiwi yen. All right, so let's look at these three guys and see what happens here. Your guess is as good as mine, but as it gets later on in the session, if there's some pushback, then it could bode well. I mean, you can see there's a skyrocket here past the figure to 06. Same thing here. We're pretty much past our level, although there's a little bit of resistance here at the top. I'd like to see, like I said, a spike up and then a drop down, but I don't know if we'll get that. So we'll keep an eye on these things, guys. And if I need to hop on, if we're going to take a trade, I'll let you know. But these are the two that I'm really looking at today. And then, like I said, I have this one here at 72. So I don't know if that number will hold or if it'll spike down and take me out, but it's a free way to find out. All right. So I'll keep you tuned in if anything changes. All right. Thanks. So wanted to show you a yen pound yen short that I'm looking at right now. So there was a level broken right here, and you can already see some resistance to that. The next level is at 45. And once again, I don't think that, I know it's kind of bitten us here a little bit, but it doesn't stop me from the analysis that the pound yen just shouldn't have any follow through in my opinion, other than it's being dragged up by just general risk off environment. So I'm looking for maybe a shoot up to right below that level, but I want to see some type of wick on the 30-minute chart that would kind of tell me that it's not going to make it. So that's something we're keeping an eye on as well. You can see it's still spiking up now to 27, but it just seems like it's running into some trouble here at 30. So will it make up to the 45? I don't know, but could be a nice trade for us as well. And just looking at the volume here, you can see the volume level down would be 136.87. So if we can get it up to maybe at this level, so hopefully it actually gets close to this the level I'm talking about, and then spikes down, maybe get into like 35. That'll give us a nice reward to risk here. But you can see the volume is built up right here. And my worry is the volume's built up for another leg up. So I want to see how it reacts to this level first before I get in. So that's what we're looking at. And you can see Kiwi yen still spiking up here. But what's interesting is pound Kiwi is kind of holding. Let's see, that's going up. Can we get a spike down here? This is a very, very strong candle for London close time frame, which makes me a little suspicious. You can see already right here. Look at that. It's starting to run into some resistance right here. But I'd like to see a little follow through first. I mean, it's starting to run into resistance, but will that continue or not? You can see pound Kiwi moving up here, so that could bode well for this. But pound yen is still running strong here, 32. Kiwi yen's stalling there. There's the spike. Let's see what happens here with the spike. And I want to try to stay live here just so you see what I'm looking at real time. This is how we do it. Me and Nick, full transparency, and what I like to look at, and how I trade here, what I'm looking for before I take a trade. That's kind of what we're looking for. So I just want to see some resistance here. I don't want to see straight shot up. You can already see it starting to run into it here at this 30 level. I want to see this drag on. It's early on in the candle. It's been 1 minute of a 30-minute candle. If this drags on for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it's still dealing with this level here, that tells me that it's going to stay put, because it'll typically break through these little clusters of volume here and move up to set levels. That's how the market generally moves. Like right here, you can see Kiwi still struggling between 12 and 14. So I want to see what happens here, but it didn't just spike down right away. So what that tells me is big players aren't right here ready to drop it. Maybe they're waiting for 70.20. I would assume on the pound yen, they're waiting for 70.45. So while we're waiting, just want to show you my cool mug here. I have amino acids in here, but good morning to get some aminos in me and some caffeine. This is my coffee. So I got this at a Mexican restaurant, but it's a pretty cool mug, I thought. Okay. You see the spike. Here it comes. So I would anticipate this gets to 70.20 and then spikes. This I want to see spike right at the level at 45 or just below it. If it could get to like 40, it would be great. I pretty much got there. Close enough. Let's see. It's not doing a heck of a lot right now. What did the yen get to? The Q yen I got to 19. Interesting here. What will happen? It's still spiking here, and we're actually at the London close at 4:30 p.m. here. So I want to see what happens. But this is something personally that I've been working on, is really making sure that we vet our entries here to try to get good prices and get really solid reward to risk ratios here. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right now, is strong reward to risk. You can see it's starting to drop here. We're about 5 minutes into the session, or the bar. You can see a little bit of resistance right here. So there's some profit taking. And there it is. Big profit taker right there. You saw that drop. So that signals to me I want to get in here. Okay, so we got in, and we're sticking with the pound yen. I don't want to go into too many yen pairs. So we got in at, what was our entry at? 137.28. So not the best fill, but it'll do. Okay. We're going to have to target the lows here. So we're kind of hoping there's going to be a drop. Oh, wrong. Short position. Okay. Target the lows, and then the closeout will be, oops. Stop level will be 137.46. So if it hits above that, we will exit. So you can see it's already starting to run in resistance. See that wick? That's perfect. That's what we're looking for here. What I want to see one more thing here, is does this volume max up with this latest leg up? So this is a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3, 4, 4.5 hour time frame. See that volume right there? So I'll be curious to see what happens right here, but I'm looking to see if we can get to these lows here. All right, so this is what we have going on today, guys, and let's see if it bodes well for us. All right, thanks.